and to answer a whole load of frequently asked questions, things like, Alexa, can I take my gun on a plane? The answer is obviously yes, we just sort of keep it hold in domestic flights in the States. That spurred us on. We then built a platform called Dazzle. Over the next couple of years, we launched that with Mario, took that to many travel businesses. This was a single platform which you could build an assistance for travel operators and the consumers could then speak to using voice or through any kind of chatbot. This was a multi-award-winning platform. It was great fun. I spent a lot of time travelling the world, winning lots of awards. This is what winning awards in Vegas looks like. It's an awful lot of fun. This is almost exactly a year ago today. But today, we'll be a little bit more serious. So I want to have a look and see, where we are within the hype cycle of voice and natural language processing. So let's have a look at Ghana. So many of you will be very, very familiar with the Ghana hype cycle. Those of you who are not, what happened is Ghana are a global business intelligence company. In 1995, they put out their first hype cycle. What they saw was when new technologies come to market, there's a problem which is identified, and then people create a solution to the problem. Then marketing and sales get a hold of this, and they say, right, it's going to solve all of the problems in the world. Everyone gets way too excited, and when they actually try to use this, it doesn't do exactly what they think it's going to. And over time, people work out how to then apply this new technology or innovation and take it to the world. So specifically, we're going to look at today natural language question answering. So in 2011, Ghana first started to have a look at natural language question answering, and that's what Alexa and chatbots do today. They take questions that you ask in the way that I'm talking right now. And they said in 2011 this will be a major technology force. So you see here, 2011, they saw it came right here. Natural language question answering, and they said that it's going to hit the mainstream in 5 to 10 years. 2012, 13, kept rising to peak expectations. 14, we just start to see our first Alexa, and so still 5 to 10 years we're going to get this into our hands. 2015, we start to get a bit disillusioned. We've just started playing with Alexa, and it's not doing everything we thought it was going to do. We've had our first disappointment. But importantly, in 2016, they reclassify this and say it's going to hit mainstream adoption in 2 to 5 years, not 5 to 10 years. Right? This is 2016. 2017, tumbles. So they've seen now that natural language question answering is entering this slope of enlightenment. It's on its way. It's arriving. And we can see that it's actually climbing the slope of enlightenment. There's a load of kind of an ecosystem around it. So there's lots of companies which are helping people build their first voice or chatbot experiences, and we're really trying to understand where the use cases are in the real world. But it's really, really hard. We think that we can ask any question as a brand. We can create an Alexa skill or a chatbot and ask any question. There's too much opportunity. And where do we really want to begin? And it's a very difficult question. Because if you look at building mobile phone apps or websites, there's been a great kind of rise in understanding of best practice, how to build kind of graphical user interfaces in the last 10 or 15 years. And here we know of building an app, and here the user knows exactly that they can choose one of 5 options. But if you're building a conversational interface, you're suddenly asking people to enter anything that they can think of in their mind. So you've got this whole broad range of questions that you need to deal with. So how should you think about this? So there's one way you can think about how people are currently buying media and where people are really comfortable at the moment, and how can you deliver very tightly coupled conversational experiences. So people understand display, understand PPC, and they know that they're just trying to craft a conversation that then leads to an action. So if you can then get people in this environment where you start off with a particular question, or a particular outcome that you want to drive to, and then put people into a chatbot environment, then you could then drive them to the outcome you want to deliver. So here, once you're in this environment, then you're really just trying to grab little bits of data as you go, putting in a form. Here we're trying to put someone to book a test drive. Historically, they've gone to a form and they may have abandoned that along the way. Here you can add a whole load of rich media in order to convince them to do that. And more importantly, you're starting a dialogue so that you can then encourage them to come back at a later date. And this is a very easy way for you to explain to a brand that this is a way that you can make AI really actionable in a really easy environment. You find that this is a far higher converted format than existing display. And also, once you've started this, conversational interfaces lead themselves very nicely to an ability to kind of iterate and improve along the way, unlike other software builds where it takes weeks in order to release updates and build systems which improve themselves automatically as they go. So the way to kind of frame your thinking about how to build a really compelling conversational interface is kind of the three main steps. So firstly, once you get people in, you need to make sure that you can answer the question that they're asking. So you need to build trust off the bat. So, when you've done that, you get them to come back and ask more information. We're talking about how you build a data set to begin with, so you can then learn a little bit more about the individual along the way, and then each engagement kind of builds that rapport, and you learn more about them, you're more able to craft the conversation that will then lead to the action. Once you've got this trusted and personalised conversation kind of going back and forth between the brand and the customer, you can then activate that. So that's where we are now. But what's next for this whole world? Influencer marketing. So interesting. They say that digital channels and digital media is sort of shifting. Influencer marketing is moving from a $1 billion to $2 billion industry in 1819. And what we see is, you've got these lovely, beautiful kind of bearded influencers, and people are flocking to use them to promote their goods and services. But what happens when you start to see, and I think we kind of touched on this earlier, what happens when you start to see these assistants becoming the influencers? So we're going to have a little look about this. So back in 2015, Cortana started to kind of anthropomorphize their assistants. So they started to say, right, we're talking to this strange assistant right now, we're going to make it look a little bit different depending on its mood. And there's a lot of research which says that possibly people's assistants will move more and more down the road of anthropomorphization. And we start to see kind of assistants with physical heads. And so let's have a look and see what Gartner have to say about virtual personal assistants. So this is lagging a little bit behind. We talked a little bit earlier about the fact that these personal assistants need to know a little bit more about you before they can become really applicable to your everyday life, but this is on its way. So 2015, it was a 5 to 10 year horizon, again following the same trend, 16 climbing this slope of inflated expectations. And this year, most importantly, Gartner has said move this to a 2 to 5 year horizon. So virtual personal assistants are very much on their way. And what's driving this? So we've got this billion user club. You know these guys, and they know that if they can drive you towards using their virtual assistants in your everyday life to perform your everyday actions, yes, you're going to get a whole lot more free time, but they are going to be responsible for what you spend your hard-earned money on. And so the stakes are quite high. That's why they're spending a whole load of research and money to make sure you choose their assistant above all others. It was interesting to see in the Google hardware update a couple of weeks ago that they're gentle nudging towards this direction. I think it's Bill Gates had said that people overestimate the change that new technology will have in the short term, but underestimate what it's going to do in the long term. So these gentle nudges, and what people did here is with the new Pixel, they have a charging pad which is just upright. So that when you're charging this phone, it sits upright and it displays the assistant front and centre. So you can have this and it starts to look and feel a little bit like a smart speaker. So you start to talk and ask questions of your phone like a smart speaker. But unlike a smart speaker, you then take it and put it in your pocket and take it with you on your everyday routine. So over time you start to more embed with Google Assistant as the kind of central point of your whole life. So it's quite interesting to see how they're doing this. And as we talked about this a little bit earlier, you, as a consumer, if you want to order some toothpaste tomorrow and you ask for toothpaste, your assistant to send you some toothpaste, what role does Colgate have over Total in making you choose their brand over another? And I think the challenge for brands is to start playing and understanding this game. There's a whole load of tricks and tips that you can employ right now to start to learn and understand how people are using their personal assistants or using this kind of natural language technology to engage with brands. That what they're going to definitely be assuming is that the brand will be always on and you'll be able to communicate with those. So in terms of some tangible takeaways, so remember that right now we're on the slope of enlightenment. It's a slow climb, but it's definitely on its way. The best place to start is to work out exactly where you're really comfortable in operating. You understand the landscape, you sort of narrow known domains that you can then build out from, so specifically conversations that these are actually right now. And right now to start to learn, somewhere that you're really happy to do. Thank you.